MP, what up, man? I like your game.
Man, Mikal Bridges, man, that means a lot to me, man. I appreciate that, for real.
But don't get it twisted, though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
You already know, I know that. But
Okay. I like that confidence.
you already know.
We'll see after.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. Brian Anderson with you. Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce. And here's Memphis's starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jaren Jackson out there with Edie, and it's Kennard in at the small forward position. And for the Knicks, we've got OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns. He's checked in for Anunoby. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the prodigy in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He ended up with 26 points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Inside, here's Portis. That puts him in the lead. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Towns a screen on Moran. Here's Brunson. Memphis with a rebound. These guys are unreal. 27 straight victories, which ties the win total of that star-studded Miami Heat team back in 2013.
This is truly an all-time streak, and we're not talking about just for this franchise. We're talking about in the history of this league. The consistent dominance is something so rarely seen. You have to keep reminding yourself to settle in and watch these guys work.
Sinks it from distance. Brunson's got 8 points.
It's gotten to the point where you have to chase Jalen Brunson off the perimeter. This guy will really hurt you from deep.
Here's the prodigy. Last game, 26 points for him. Pass to Jackson. Outside Moran. 5 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Portis for 3, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Towns can't get it to go.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Here's the prodigy. Yet to see a basket. Outside Moran. Pass to the prodigy. Oh, from deep. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. They trail by 1. All right, we've now got our 2K. Insider Shams Charania on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
A big-time move. Shams, appreciate the report. Outside Hart. Pass to Brunson. Shoots over Moran. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. 10 points for him.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Now here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
Just disrespectful. If the D gives him a clear path to the hoop, he will take it.
Let's just say they were a little slow to react there.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Moran against Brunson. Pass to Towns. Bridges outside. Hart with it. Puts up a three. The rebound by Jackson.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's the prodigy. Good work defensively by Robinson.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Outside Brunson. Pass to Bridges. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, Doris, since he was traded out of Phoenix, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have skyrocketed. Why is that?
Well, number one, he's worked hard to develop his skill on the offensive end. He came in as a 3-and-D guy, but what he's proven is he can handle the basketball, he can initiate action. You love the work ethic that went into that.
Boucher's checked in for Jaren Jackson Jr. Boucher passes to the prodigy. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Grant.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
He's got a nose for the basketball and a high level of activity around the rim. Go ahead and finish, Mr. Boucher.
McBride passes to Robinson. Here's Achua. The rebound by the prodigy. 40 seconds left in the first. And it's New York with a rebound. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Tipped. In transition, here they come. Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Robinson. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're... If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Achua is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Burks in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for New York starting the second.
Yeah, he has a really nice feel from that spot, and the size gives him a clear advantage.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
And it's in there.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Pass to the prodigy. Stolen by Bridges. Here's McBride. That three's off the mark. Memphis leading by 7. Here's the prodigy. Boucher outside. Here's the prodigy. And you look at his 33 points a game, a terrific weapon on offense. 3 on the clock. Nice shot by Kennard.
Well, Luke Kennard's bread and butter, right? The lethal outside shooter who doesn't need much space.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Robinson. Back to Bridges. Shot on the wing. Memphis with a rebound. They defeated Utah in their last game.
That was a tremendous all-around game. Their intensity was there, and their production was right there along with it, too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
Burks finds Bridges. To the inside. Another shot. And the layup is good. Bridges has got 10 points.
Well, we know this. Mikal Bridges has the length and hops to score inside. Nicely done.
Here's Boucher. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bridges with room to shoot. Bridges can't get that one to fall.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Pass to the prodigy. Boucher on the screen. Here's the prodigy. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Knicks. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
You look at Kennard. He's in third in voting. It looks like he's going to earn a spot in the three-point contest.
And he's going to be dangerous. 100% he could win it in what should be an absolutely loaded field.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now, but this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for New York. He shoots a three. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
And the basket by Bridges.
This is what you call putting it all together on the offensive end. Go ahead, Mikal Bridges.
Jackson the screen. Here's the prodigy. And he drains it. That basket makes him 4 for 9.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Outside McBride. Pass to Towns. No good there. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. Grizzlies lead by 6. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, you have to understand what the defense is doing. If they give you an opportunity to set up a teammate, Luke Kennard will take it.
For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Here's Robinson, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, boy, 7 foot and athletic. That is spectacular by Mitchell Robinson.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Can, capturing the moment. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges, and that one drops. The prodigy's got 12.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Back to McBride. Pass to Anunoby. From behind the arc. Memphis with a rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. The three from Bain. Nails it from 3. And now an 11-point Grizzly lead.
Anytime he can, Bain is taking this shot. I mean, he is supremely confident from range.
They set the pick. Here's Bridges. And that one's long. Memphis has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop. Pass to Edey. Here's the prodigy. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
The Knicks shooting only 39% so far in the game. Screen by Robinson. To the middle. Here's Anunoby. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Memphis leading by 13. Bain, the pass to the prodigy. Now here's Jackson. Anunoby covering. Jackson can't get it to go. And for the Knicks, they're shooting only 36% during the second. It's good. Anunoby's got his first points of the game.
The jump shot just keeps improving from OG Anunoby. Amazing. You put in the time, you get into a nice rhythm.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges. Count it.
He's been a marksman this period. Their shot mechanics finally in sync.
Knicks trail by 13. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Back to McBride. Outside Anunoby. Pass to McBride. Down low. Here's Robinson. And rejected. Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges. Throw it down on the lob.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to give him a breather, talk things over. For the Knicks, Achua's checked in for Robinson, and Brunson is subbed in for Mikal Bridges. The Grizzlies also with a sub. Morant's checked in. Outside McBride, pass to Anunoby. Outside Achua. Left side Brunson. The three is up. The rebound by the prodigy. The prodigy's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
B.A., it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
Moran against Brunson. And Morant clears the board. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. A 17-point lead, their biggest. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Connects again from distance.
Well, with the way he's been shooting from distance, I can't say I'm surprised that he's now number 2 all-time in three-pointers made during a rookie season. I mean, he has been impressive.
Well, we're talking about some of the best shooters we've ever had in the NBA. I don't think it's an understatement to say we could be witnessing a generational talent.
Boy, you like to see that kind of competitiveness from Karl Anthony Towns. You know this guy is going to settle the score with a 3 of his own.
Jackson outside. Pass to Morant. Here's the prodigy. McBride covers. Jackson for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Knicks trail by 19. Left side Brunson. For 3. Anunoby can't get it to go. Memphis has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. Here's the prodigy. Lets it go from 11. And he gets it to go off the front iron. The prodigy's got 21 points in the game.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Towns outside. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from 3.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his 2nd make this quarter.
Memphis leading by 18. Morant, the pass to the prodigy. Jackson outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Jackson's got 6.
Expanding his overall game. Good to see Jackson Jr. taking and making the corner triple.
Brunson against Morant. Towns a screen on Morant. Tries the spin move. Here's Brunson. The rebound by the prodigy. The Prodigy's got 6 rebounds now in the game. With the floater, and Morant with the lay-in. He has 7.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
It's tipped.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Memphis has gone 4 of 6 from outside. Looking sharp here in the second. The Prodigy. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds in the game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Doris Ogiananobi helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away.
Josh Hart's checked in for New York. Mikal Bridges comes in for McBride. Outside Hart. There's the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Outside Morant. Here's the Prodigy. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Anunoby. And here's Brunson from the arc. Sinks the tray.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Pippen. Here's the Prodigy. To the paint. Hey, from beyond the arc. Hart pulls it in. Outside Anunoby. Here's Brunson outside. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Memphis continuing to pile it on, up 22 as we head to the break. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break. And back to the action.
Well, you look at all the assisted buckets, I like how they're working together. Ball movement and selfless play can be infectious.
Excuse me, are infectious and contagious the same thing?
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
And that game against the Nuggets, although they appear to be the better team, they can't get caught up thinking.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure. And
just about ready. Making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
Keep it going out there. No let up.
On the court for Memphis. Chris Boucher out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Ja Morant, and it's the Prodigy in at the 3 spot.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Pass to Boucher. Here's the Prodigy. Just 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. Nice touch on the bank shot. Morant's got 12 points.
Yeah, stepping in from the arc, Morant comfortable from there.
Bridges outside. It's Hart on the wing. Towns outside. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Prodigy. Memphis leading by 13.
Hey, yo, right here.
And it's New York with a rebound. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. And they'll be right in the middle of a 5-game homestand. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And here are the Knicks now. It's a 13-point game. Brunson passes to Towns. Three-pointer, Bridges. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's the prodigy. 21 points in the game. Gets the 3 to fall.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Outside Hart. This one for 3. Memphis with a rebound. The prodigy's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
That's how you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Bridges passes to Towns. Gets the 3 ball to go. Towns has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
And here's Morant outside. And another 3 for Memphis. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates. And it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter here. Boucher finds Morant. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges. The prodigy can't hit. Knicks trail by 15. Hart passes to Towns. And here's Brunson. Shot from the wing, and the jumper falls for him. Brunson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Jalen Brunson right now attacking without hesitation. His foot is on the gas pedal.
Here's Pippen. Sure, from 3-point range.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Towns outside. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Boucher passes to Pippen. Outside Morant. Here's the 3. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Brunson passes to Robinson. Now here's Bridges. Outside Hart. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Now that Towns is rolling, boy, you just deliver the ball on time and on target, he will do the rest.
Here's the prodigy. And a miss there on the triple. Bridges, right side. Pass to Robinson. Outside Brunson. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
That one misses. And he nails the 3rd. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. And And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Alec Burks is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pass to Towns. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
Well, that's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Here's the Prodigy. Anunoby covering. The Prodigy can't hit.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. The Prodigy. And he lays it up and in. The Prodigy's got 30.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
McBride passes to Anunoby. Outside McBride. Towns a screen on Morant. McBride can't get it to go. Grizzlies lead by 19. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Pass to the Prodigy. He tries for 3. The rebound by Burks.
Why does he think that's a good shot? Coach does not want him out there taking threes.
Anunoby. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going.
Substitution on the court.
Kennard passes to the Prodigy. There's a screen. Launches it. Here's Edey. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Grizzlies.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with another win in the bag, they've racked up 46 total on the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for the Prodigy.
What a night. Doing it all. A triple-double. It takes a special player to do that. You have to enjoy watching this guy play.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. And Memphis also making a switch. Portis is checked in. Bridges misses. Here's the Prodigy. He's guarded by Bridges. Boucher a screen on Bridges. The Prodigy can't hit. And New York has possession. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Bridges passes to Hart. Outside Anunoby. Now Towns. Covered by Boucher. 11 feet out. It's hauled in by Portis. Here's the Prodigy. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching.
You thought it was going to be easy, huh? Man, nothing's easy.
Even Jokic can't believe the numbers MP has put up lately. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
MP now has the most triple-doubles in a single season. That's some GOAT stuff right there.
These cheeseheads are something else. Let's quiet them down.
Once you get the young guys together. What did you do when you forgot your lunch? Well, when it's all married,
top rookie last month.
And P, what's up?
Chilling, man, chilling. Yo, you want to do a jersey swap after the game?
I don't know, man. I don't do that too much.
Oh, come on, man. It'll be fun. I know. You want to hang my jersey up in your trophy room?
You know what? If you win, I'll think about it. You're competitive. I like that. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. And tonight we've got the Memphis Grizzlies playing against the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Boucher in at the small forward position. Stan, for coaches who are on the hot seat, how in the world do they stay focused?
Well, Kevin, I think, look, most coaches have very thick skins. You're going to get criticized every day. You have to know that when you get into the profession, and you just got to stay focused on the things you can control.
And checked in for Chris Boucher. And San Antonio also making a switch. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Tries a three off the inbound. The rebound by the Spurs. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And in that one, I thought the guys were out of sync offensively. And on the defensive end, a failure to communicate.
Yeah, they just looked totally lost in that game on both ends of the floor. The coach is going to have some choice words for him after that one.
Pass to Edey. Here's the prodigy. Last time out, he had 44 points. Bane with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. 3-point lead. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that shooting difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hi, Kevin. Well, the prodigy in the last time out against Milwaukee was outstanding. He had 44 points, and ultimately, he posted a triple-double. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Jaren Jackson. Kennard, he's checked in for Bain. And Pippen subbed in for Morant. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's the prodigy. He's just been too hard to handle at the offensive end. His scoring average is just under 34 points a game.
Yeah, Kennard's percentages from 3 are insane, and he's consistent. He does it every year.
Branham can't get it to go. Memphis leading. Pass to Portis. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. And San Antonio shooting an impressive 60% early. Outside, Fox. Good on the three-point shot. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
The prodigy passes to Portis. Here's the prodigy. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
The wide open look here for Fox. No good with the triple. Memphis has gone 3 or 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Here's Aldama. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, the prodigy.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Champagny passes to Branham. And yes, it's good. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Well, good decision by Branham. Just taking what the defense allows.
1:52 left to play in the first quarter. Pippen sets a screen for Kennard. Pass to the prodigy. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Nice shot by Portis.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Swiped away. Kennard on the wing. Memphis moving that ball around. Portis, the pass to the prodigy. Pass to Aldama. 4 on the clock. Right side, Portis. The shot will not fall.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient right now.
Here's Branham. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Branham's got his second bucket of the night.
When he gets the ball inside, Branham knows not to waste a good scoring opportunity.
Aldama passes to the prodigy. Portis with it. The jump hook, and the Grizzlies tap on 2 more.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Fox looking it over. Out to the wing. To the paint. Here's Branham. The prodigy with the rebound. Driving in, and it's good for 2. The prodigy's got 7 points.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Fox from outside. That one doesn't drop. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Memphis out in front. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Memphis.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. They've got Victor Wembanyama. And it's Champagnie in at the three, the small forward. And that one's good, Morant.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McLaughlin, the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Here's McLaughlin. Takes a three. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The prodigy passes to Morant. Kennard for three. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Kennard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Grizzlies.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Wembanyama against Portis. Shot by Champagnie, no good. And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Kennard for three. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Well, that's his third three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the second, so he might be heating up.
Here's McLaughlin. He has yet to score. Wembanyama, a screen. Champagnie, no good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's the prodigy. Pass to Portis. Here's the prodigy, and it's Memphis with another.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Here's McLaughlin. Here's Branham. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Wembanyama's got his third assist on the night. Puts up a deep three. Wembanyama with the rebound.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
Yeah, you have to understand what you're good at and play within yourself. He just did the opposite.
Memphis leading by 9. Launches from deep. A prodigy, no good. Here's Branham, guarded by Morant.
Well, that's the kind of energy they want to see from Morant, making an impact with his defense.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws here for the night. Baines checked in for the Grizzlies. Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Cancel comes in for Jordan McLaughlin.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
A floater. Good D by Barnes.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Again, the miss by the Spurs. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. And the call will go against the Prodigy. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Edey's checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. McLaughlin's checked in.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Barnes can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Pass to the Prodigy. Some nice passing there by Memphis. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed 3.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox comes in for Jordan McLaughlin. Shoots the 3. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got 10 points in the game.
This is something Castle has been working on, developing his long-range consistency.
Pass to Edey. Here's the Prodigy, covered by Vassell. On the wing, Bain. Here's the Prodigy, just 5 to shoot. From beyond the arc, Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Here's Castle, guarded by Bain. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Pass to the Prodigy. And here's Boucher. Out to Morant. Here's the Prodigy.
Hey, who's watching right here?
Shoots from the high post. Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Here's the Prodigy. He's got 17. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. 10 points for him. Now, here's Vassell. Off target with his 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
He takes it in. Here's the Prodigy. Elbow shot is on the way. A rebound by the Spurs. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the 2nd of 6 for them. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity
of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Pippen's checked in for Memphis. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. The offensive rebound. And they pick up 2. Edey's got his second bucket.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Fox passes to Mamu Kelishvili. Vassell wide open. A prodigy with the rebound.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Down low. Here's Edey, and he uses the glass on the way. And it's a 12-point Grizzly lead.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Vassell. It's blocked. Payne for 3. Sinks the triple. Baines got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's the prodigy. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside, Fox. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
To the inside. Deflects the pass. Fox with the steal. Can they get it? And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough. Having himself a night.
Here's Edey. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Edey's got 8 points. Spurs trail by 17. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. The Spurs are great at drafting and developing, and in selecting Stephon Castle with the 4th overall pick, they've made a play on upside. He's a versatile wing defender. Shooting and his position were the question marks. Can he be a primary playmaker? Will his three-pointer prove to be reliable? Guys will see, but the Spurs are very excited to bring Stephon Castle into their program.
A star talent. Hey, Shams, we so appreciate the reporting you gave us right there. Thank you. Memphis shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Bobby Portis has checked in for Chris Boucher. And it's Kennard in for Bain. Charles Massey, he's checked in for the Spurs. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Boy, Fox is so quick off the floor.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Memphis. And this is a team making history with every single win. They're coming into this game with 30 consecutive victories. That's right, 30.
Look, you're talking about some of the all-time great teams in the history of the NBA to have a win streak of this magnitude. Gonna be fun to see if they can add one more here tonight.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Outside, Fox. Vassell was screen on Pippen. Fox kicks to Vassell. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Aldama. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's the prodigy, covered by Vassell. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Portis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Fox passes to Vassell. Connects from 3-point range. Up in time. The shot missing. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hey, everybody.
San Antonio's working through injury issues. They lost their leader in Chris Paul and the heart of this team. His wisdom is missed.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Grizzlies.
When you could dominate on the boards like that.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if changes here for the Grizzlies. Portis comes in for Edey, and it's the prodigy in for Chris Boucher. And San Antonio with the change here too. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Portis is out there with Jackson, and it's the prodigy in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's the prodigy. Oh, the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fox has got 22 points.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Here's the prodigy. And off the front iron, and in it goes. He's got 25. Spurs trail by 19. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Barnes outside. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Here's the prodigy. He's got 25. To the right side. Morant with a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Surprising confidence there from Morant.
Wembanyama passes to Mamu Kelishvili. Here's Castle. Offensive rebound. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 19 from deep 3-point territory. A prodigy, no good. San Antonio's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Barnes can't get it to go.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And once again, Coach, this storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success. Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Pass to Castle. And here is Fox. Shoots over Morant. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Jackson passes to the prodigy. Portis the screen. Here's the prodigy. Clock at 4. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got 7 rebounds in the game. Barnes outside. Here's Fox. It's tipped. Here's the Prodigy, guarded by Fox. The Prodigy. And it's off from three-point range. Spurs trail by 19. And Fox has it in the corner. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. And 11 points for Victor Wembanyama. And good, the three-point shot good from the Prodigy.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Outside, Fox. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Fox has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Here's the Prodigy, covered by Barnes. The Prodigy passes to Bain. Trains the 19-footer. Bain's got 8 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Pippen comes in for Morant. Three-pointer, Fox. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. High post, Pippen. Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. The shot, no good.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots. Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Lets a floater go, and there's the layup. Count the bucket from the Prodigy.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Here's Fox. The Grizzlies pull it in. The Prodigy's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Inside, Kennard kicks to Pippen. Some nice passing there by Memphis. It's tipped. Fox with the steal. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Champagnie. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. And the Grizzlies leading by 19. Here's the Prodigy. He has 30. Back to Kennard. And no good in the last second attempt this time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's
so no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Good game, MP. Still want that jersey?
Yeah, man, for sure. You saw how hard I was working out there.
Then let's do it.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
Hey, you earned it, bro.
You did your thing, bro. Good luck the rest of the season.
You too, man. Stay healthy.
You too, man.
You earned that one.